Welcome back to the mat. My name is Tati. Today we'll be flowing through a gentle 10-minute class to get some movement into the body. This is perfect if you're a little bit short on time but you still want to build a little bit of strength, stretch out your body and connect with yourself on the mat. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and click the subscribe button before we get started in a child's pose position. So coming to the back of your mat, you can have the knees nice and wide or bringing them close together, whatever feels more comfortable to you today. And then walking the arms forward, resting the forehead on the mat or a block. Letting the hips sink heavy towards the heels. Taking a nice deep nourishing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Continue to breathe deeply, arriving on the mat, arriving in your practice. And with the next inhalation, gazing forward and walking the fingertips over towards the outer left side of your mat. And you can either place both palms flat, or for an added stretch, you can place the right palm on top of the left, sinking the upper body down, and you should really feel that nice side body stretch across the right side body. Try sinking both hips down towards the mat. And inhale, gazing forward, walking back through center, and then over to the other side. Again, hands can both rest on the mat, or this time placing the left palm on top of the right, sinking the hips low, and then resting the forehead towards the mat, feeling a nice stretch across the left side body. Inhale, walking the fingertips back through center, and then slowly rolling the spine up into a all fours tabletop position. So hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, and then taking a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, dip the belly, gazing forward, coming into cow pose. Exhale, rounding the spine, pressing the floor away, keeping the chin tucked, cat pose. Inhale, cow, drop the belly. Exhale, round, pressing the floor away. Inhale, then continuing to flow between cat and cow with your inhale and your exhale guiding the movement. And then finding back into your neutral tabletop position, tucking the back toes and then hovering the knees a few inches up off the mat. Nice strong core, pressing the palms into the mat, shoulders press away from the ears, breathing deeply. Holding here, you've got this, firing up the core. And exhale, pressing the hips up and back, finding your first downward facing dog. And maybe you need to adjust here by walking the hands a bit forward or a bit back. And you can take your dog for a walk, so pedaling out the legs, bending into one knee and the other knee. And then finding stillness, relaxing the neck. Don't worry if there's still a little bend in your knees or if the heels don't quite reach the mat. Inhale, gazing forward, bending into the knees, and then taking lots of little steps all the way to the top of the mat to meet your hands. Forward fold. So you can keep a nice deep bend in the knee, hands resting on the mat or a block, or you can grasp opposite elbows and then gently swaying from left to right. Release, inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the mat or the shins, finding a nice straight spine. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into a high plank position. Breathing in here, nice strong. Exhale, keeping the elbows tucked, and then in a straight line, lower yourself all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, sliding the arms forward, parallel to one another, pressing the pelvis into the mat, finding into Sphinx pose. Breathing in. And exhale, hands come underneath the shoulders, pressing yourself through all fours, and then tucking the toes, hips lift, and finding downward facing dog. Breathing in. And exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, lifting the right leg up towards the sky, keeping the hips squared, and then drawing the knee underneath the body all the way to the nose and finding your way into a low lunge position. So the foot comes between the hands, lowering the left knee to the mat. You can keep the toes tucked or untucked, squaring off the hips, gazing forward. And you can stay here or inhale, sweeping the arms up towards the sky, breathing in. And the third option, bringing the palms to touch and then bending the elbows, so you're forming a prayer behind your neck, and that just helps open the chest, sinking the hips heavy. And exhale, straighten the arms, releasing the hands to the mat, and then shifting the hips back, straightening the right leg. Toes point up towards the sky, finding half splits. Inhale, pressing the fingertips into the mat, lifting the chest. And exhale, maybe you can fold forward. Try think of drawing the left hip backwards and the right hip forwards. That'll help square off your hips. And exhale, bending into the right knee, framing the front foot. Step back into a high plank position, and you can either come straight into down dog or flow through a vinyasa. So exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We all meet here, taking one breath. Inhale, lifting the left leg up into a three-legged dog, breathing in. And exhale, rounding the left knee underneath the body towards the nose, stepping the foot forward between the hands, lowering the right knee to the ground. Toes can be tucked or untucked, finding into low lunge position. So option one, hands resting on the mat as stabilizers. Option two, sweeping the arms up, sinking the hips low, gazing forward into a low lunge. And option three, bringing the palms together in a prayer behind, pointing the elbows up towards the sky to open the chest. And taking whatever option feels good in your body today. Some days might feel different to others. So just tuning in with what your body needs today. Inhale, lifting the arms up, and then framing the front foot, shifting the hips back, straightening the left leg. You can always keep a little bend in the knee. Toes are active, pointing towards the sky. And then inhale, pressing fingertips into the mat, lifting the chest, and exhale, folding. Again, thinking of that action of this time drawing the right hip forward and the left hip bone backwards, and that will help square off the hips towards the front of the mat. And exhale, bending into the front leg, stepping back, tucking the back toes into a high plank, flowing through vinyasa or coming straight into downward facing dog. So inhale in your plank, exhale chaturanga, inhale back bend of choice, and exhale downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet here once more, breathing in. And then exhale, keeping a little bend in the knees. Start to walk the hands backwards to meet your feet, and then heel toe the feet to the outer edges of the mat. So you want to have your heels pointing in, big toes pointing out, and then slowly start to sink the hips down towards the mat, finding into yogi squat. And don't worry if the heels don't quite reach the ground, or if you need to place your hands in front of you for stabilizers. You can also come to press the palms into prayer, elbows press to the knees. And exhale, placing the hands on the mat, lifting the hips back up, heel toe the feet together, forward fold, releasing any tension in the neck and the back. And planting the palms just in front of you, lowering the knees all the way down onto the mat, untucking the toes and coming to sit on your heels. And if this doesn't feel comfortable, you can always come into a comfortable cross-legged position. And just pausing here, resting the hands on the knees, drawing the shoulders up and away. Chin is slightly tucked and maybe closing down the eyes. Tuning in with the sensation of your breath. Nice smooth breath. And inhale, blinking, open the eyes, floating the arms up and overhead, full body stretch, palms to touch, and bringing the prayer all the way down through heart space. Bowing the gaze, namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I really hope that you enjoyed this short practice and that you feel energized, stretched and relaxed. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Of course, if you haven't already subscribed, that is a great way to support my channel, and I really look forward to seeing you on the mat again real soon. All my love.